So a woman is now behind bars for lying about rape. 19-year-old Nikki Yovino claimed that she was raped in 2016 by two Sacred Heart University football players, but she then admitted that she was lying. Unfortunately, so much of the damage had already been done. Jonathan Hunt is live in our West Coast newsroom with the backstory here. Hi, Jonathan.
Good evening, Martha. Jury selection was already underway in this case, which has irrevocably changed the lives of the accuser, now the one awaiting sentencing, and the accused, who it turns out were actually the victims. Nikki Yovino had originally claimed that two Sacred Heart football players had pulled her into a bathroom at a party in 2016 and then took turns raping her. And as recently as January, her lawyer had said Yovino wanted the case tried.
We're ready to get this story in front of a jury. We think that there is more to this story than has been portrayed in the media.
But this week, Yovino accepted a plea deal admitting she had made up the assault allegation because, as her arrest warrant affidavit stated, quote, it was the first thing that came to mind, and she didn't want to lose another male student as a friend and potential boyfriend. And the affidavit also said Yovino believed when the other student, quote, heard the allegation, it would make him angry and sympathetic to her. Investigators said the football players admitted having sex with Yovino, but said it was consensual. Their attorney said the plea deal cannot make up for what Yovino has put the young men through, but that, quote, it does send a powerful message that lying about a serious incident carries serious consequences. Yovino's lawyer said, quote, this was a very difficult decision for Nikki and a sad day for her and her family. She will now begin the process of healing and rehabilitation as she awaits her final sentence. Under the plea bargain, Yovino will be formally sentenced August 23rd and will spend 1 year in prison. Martha?
Remarkable story. Jonathan, thank you very much. Here now exclusively tonight on The Story, Frank Riccio, the lawyer for the two men who are falsely accused. They have not been named. Enough damage has already been done to them. Everybody obviously on campus knows about them. Were you shocked that she came forward? You've got the jury, you're about to go to trial, and then suddenly what? What was the catalyst?
Suddenly the day came where I think she thought that I'm going to see the whites of the eyes of this jury, and I just can't handle it. And it was surprising. I have to admit, it was surprising. I thought she was going to go to trial. I thought she wanted to present her story, her multiple stories, to a jury, but at the very last minute she changed her mind.
I mean, it's extraordinary because we're in the middle of this, nationwide Me Too movement where we're told that all women should be believed. I mean, that's the environment that we live in right now. Is there anything, what are the problems with that potentially?
Well, the Me Too movement is a very powerful movement. How many years women have fought to have their voice heard. This does a tremendous disservice to that. What it does is it now causes someone to they've admittedly lied, and now it does soil what would be, otherwise valid allegations. The evidence ended up proving that there wasn't a sexual assault. She lied over and over again, first claiming a sexual assault, then not, then being assaulted, then not. It does a complete disservice.
I mean, I feel for her as well. Obviously, she has, some issues that she needs to work out. But what has been the impact on the lives of these two young men?
They're no longer in school. They don't have the experience at that school anymore. They're in the working world, so they're doing as best as they can. The 1 year in jail that Miss Yovino, is being sentenced to pales in comparison to the 20 years that these boys could have received had they been arrested, had they been convicted. So while the punishment by some may be classified as severe, it pales in comparison to what those boys are facing.
And they can't go back to school? They can't restart their lives where they left off?
They can, and they're considering all their options right now. There will be a civil suit against Miss Yovino, most likely. So all of their options are being considered. They're doing as well as they can right now.
I mean, as you say, these kinds of allegations, what they do is that they're problematic, obviously, for the people that are accused, and also for all the other cases out there that are legitimate Me Too cases where there are cases of assault. It really muddies the waters in such a dangerous, dangerous way. But it's important for people to understand that if you do come forward with a false allegation, you can end up in jail.
Yes, you can. You can be arrested, you can be put in jail, and you can suffer the consequences. When you lie about a serious incident, it carries serious consequences. And that's what we have here.
You think of Duke, you think of UVA. I go back to Tawana Brawley. I mean, there are reasons why people lie about these situations, and we do have to look at every single case individually on its merits, both people involved, right? And really get to the bottom of it.
And the victims who are true victims, their stories don't change. The evidence supports their story. Her story changed. The evidence did not support that story.
Frank Riccio, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good to have you here tonight.